people eventually they will be able to identify good ideas and bad ideas. At some point, at some point, people will reject bad ideas and accept good ideas. At the end of the day,
No.
it could. I think so. It could. It can create some chaos, or create some controversies or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think bad ideas will be naturally rejected. Bad ideas will be naturally rejected by the collective,
Eventually.
and good ideas will survive, will flourish.
See, I don't see that happening in the world ever. What I do see,
Ever.
what I do, because like bad ideas are still around. Like
They're
people
always
still join.
because ideas, they mutate,
Yeah.
they
Well, they
emerge, they are
recycle.
created.
Most ideas. There's
and
very few original ideas. Most ideas get recycled
and also some bad ideas are not perceived as bad ideas at first,
because people are unaware. They're
just like
ignorant.
just like communism.
Or MLMs, multi-level marketing companies,
Yes.
aka
I almost got I
you all tell us.
dude, I almost fell into that trap one more time. But I just
What
did
more time?
one more time. I fell into that one time when I was young.
When you were young.
Multi-level,
Marketing.
multi-marketing. Oh my gosh, dude.
Pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes.
Basically, I got into that. I made my initial
Ooh, down
investment,
payment.
and I went to the events, and I thought I
Yeah.
was gonna become like a triple diamond, um, triple
This back in
diamond.
Brazil?
Yeah.
Was it a Herbalife?
No, it wasn't Herbalife. It was something called Monavi.
Monavie.
Then that became Junes or something. I
Oh
don't think
yeah, I know
it's.
about Jeunesse. Yeah,
You know about
yeah.
Junes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. Like this is so
It is
natural.
a business model, and it
Yeah,
actually it
but it's
can work if
no,
you dedicate 100% of your life to it.
no. It doesn't. It only works for the people up on the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
There's no business model that
Well,
thrives
if you
from hiring
thrive at
people.
selling the product, maybe you can make some bucks.
Yeah, but they don't sell you like the problem with most MLMs is that the quote unquote employee
Yeah.
is actually the client.
Okay.
So it's a different way of getting im- people to buy your product. You're not trying to sell to people regularly, like people will go to a store and buy products. Eventually, very subtly, the people in the base of the pyramid will become the people who move the product into their own stock, becoming their own, you
Right.
know,
Yeah. And it's a very sneaky business too,
oof, yeah,
because
because they're
that
selling you.
yeah, that model of business,
Hmm.
you can basically um adapt that to any subject in any type of business. Like they're doing that right now within the financial realm,
Mm.
because it's hyping right now, like.
With all the NFTs and all these things.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they're
They're,
creating those companies based on that model. So like they
yeah.
sell you like financial education, or. So it's tricky. It can adapt to any sort of
Yeah.
like business,
So the flow
like
of
any product,
ideas,
any they can sell you anything, but within that
the
MLM,
pyramid
the pyramid
scheme
scheme,
type.
yeah.
Yeah. So cults
So
still exist. That is
so be
still gonna
aware, guys.
exist. Yeah.
You don't fall into that.
So I guess the only thing that we can hope for, and I agree, like there should be a free flowing of society, but people should be empowered by the tools that hopefully we can foster and at least provide like, hey, this is how you're supposed to scrutinize this information. Then you decide. Sure. Like I'm not trying to take away the will. I'm just and the ability of choice.
Yeah.
What I think is like most people do not know how to scrutinize. They will be sold like this whatever
So
song,
make better people, not better policies.
right? But policies can help make better people
I don't know.
because it's a more
It depends on the policy.
of course,
Of course, yeah.
of course, but policy can definitely help in that
Yeah. I'm
direction.
not a big fan of bureaucracy though.
No, bureaucracy sucks, and I come from a
That's what
country.
policy is basically. It's bureaucracy.
Well, policy can become a fight against bureaucracy. It depends. It depends on how things
That's true.
work and the base idea of everything, because everything becomes more complex once you try to cover all the loopholes, because people are exploitative in nature. So there's always going to be somebody who's going to try to find a way to make it work to their advantage. That was an unforeseen circumstance, because when you allow too much quote unquote freedom, there's always going to be room for that. So you either live in a society and you say, okay, this is the price to pay. Freedom isn't free. We're always going to have scammers. We're always going to have people who are going to exploit the system, but I rather have that
Make
than
better
have
people.
but you're never gonna make better, you're never gonna will away the
By
evil in
well,
the world.
I feel like if we fortify certain institutions and certain values, yes. If we really like, you know, spread out good values, good foundational values for especially for our kids. If we stop attacking family, if we stop attacking faith, if we stop attacking institutions like, um, let's say the church, I think I think those are good institutions, foundational institutions that spread out good basic values that create better people.
On In theory,
I think it is. I mean,
in
it's been
theory,
around for a long time, and
you may say so, but
now
then
it's.
like in practice, once you
And I'm
get
not saying like, oh, because you have to be conservative, you have to be religious, you have to be a family man in order to be good for your society. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the foundational values, the like the values that those institutions bring to the individual. I think it's important. It's important to value family. It's important to value faith. It's important to value uh, um, things like integrity, courtesy. Like
courtesy.
courtesy, like respect.
I
Sorry.
know, I know what you meant. I'm just like reacting because like, remember that one time we were
And I
talking
feel like
about.
we're getting really lost in ideologies and like all like all these different ideas that are kind of like circulating around. It's just making people confused.
Well, but that's the free flow of information that you were just defending 5 minutes ago.
Well, yeah.